SVG, you've just had a run today. How did your program go?
It's all good. We're on a bit of old tyres, but mainly today was just getting Shane and Rob up to speed and looking at some data, working on some driving technique, but pretty good. They're both within a second, which is awesome on their first day. And once we get to the mountain, it'll be tougher, but really good start.
Compared to last year's car, feel about the same?
Yeah, it's the exact same. Hasn't had any changes, just a good rebuild, motor, a freshen up, and feels strong.
Do you feel confident going into this race this year?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but yeah, we have good team, good car. Anything can happen.
Thanks, Shane.
Sweet as.
Shane, test day today. Things go well for you?
Yeah, a few little gremlins, but not just in the engine mapping and nothing we won't work out. Testing mainly on pretty worn tyres today, which is good for car control, but it'll be obviously different up there with a bit of new rubber slapped on. But no, we've had a good day. Rob and I haven't had a lot of laps over the last 12 months, so it's just been good working with Shane and just ironing out a little bit of technique and just where there's some time. But overall, we're pretty happy. We've been sort of consistently, a second and a bit behind the pros. So if we can for us, it's all about just being consistent and making sure we can hand over a car in one piece on the lead lap.
Working with SVG, I've noticed that you guys are really engaging, and he's certainly giving you some good tips, and you're both yourself and Rob are definitely getting something from it. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, no, it is fair to say. He's very engaged. That was the case last year, as I've made mention of, and he's there. It's just not in his nature to not want to help extract the best from the car and the team, and certainly us as co-drivers. So, it's I'd say the same. We've got Will Davison in the garage too. You can see Tim Slater in the next garage up. So, I think all of them are taking it seriously. I mean, the cars are challenging to drive. That's largely a product of the tyre and less downforce, and so I think they're actually enjoying coming to terms with it. I mean, they'll slag them off a little bit, but I think when it comes down to it, they know that this is a real sort of driver challenge, and then the boys are, I think, really looking forward to Easter time.
Look, they seem a fun car to drive. They've got plenty of power. The tyres are obviously questionable because of the grip that they provide, but as a driver, that's a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge. I mean, they do have a lot of grip, as you said, and as a byproduct of if your setup's a little bit off, or for that matter, your driving technique's a little bit off, there's plenty of oversteer to be found, and plenty of understeer for that matter. Look, in a perfect world, there'd be a wing and some slicks, but that's the category, and that's what we signed up for, and we'll make the most of it. They're a well-built race car. I mean, production cars probably underselling just how well set up these cars are. And they're quick, particularly in a straight line. They're quick. I mean, where you hear the wheels spin up over the crests of both Mountain Straight and Conrod Straight, and you're alive first lap out. So we'll just relish the challenge and try and defend this title.
Are you having fun? That's the main thing.
Yeah, I'm having fun. My face isn't showing it. Is that the issue? It's been an interesting week. I mean, I've just taken leave today from a health retreat, so now I find myself at a racetrack and then heading back to the health retreat tonight. So definitely it's been a week of contrast, but a great week, and hopefully a couple of kilos off and a clear mind will help with the racing as well as everything else that I get up to.
Do you find these retreats you go to, are they really good for you? Like, do you really get something out of it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm up there with a mate who's has got a pretty significant health challenge, and I've had a few little battles myself with things that I just need to stay on top of. So they're a great reset for sure, and I'd recommend it to anybody. So I'm up at a place called Living Valley this week, and fasting and just having a bit of time for myself, really. Staying in close touch with the family and doing a bit of business, but it's just a great thing to immerse yourself in for a week. But also I was lucky enough to break it with a day at the racetrack, so happy days.
Well, you're looking quite fit, to be honest. Well done. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Yeah, just doing a bit of cardio and a few weights and a bit of rehab, and just trying to keep the show on the road as you get a bit older.
Thanks for chatting.
Awesome. See you soon. See you at Easter.
Rob, you've just jumped out of the car, but before we talk about that, I stuck my head in one of your debriefs with SVG, and I tell you what, you can understand why that kid goes so well, can't you?
Oh, he's a magician. He's amazing. I feel like I'm back in school, and he's your professor, or back at uni at least. He's absolutely amazing. He really looks very, very closely at everything you do, and what he does himself too. And then he compares, and we talk about it, and he analyses it, and makes your mind constantly working and thinking about what you're doing in the car when you're out there doing things and so forth. You can really relate to what he's saying, and I mean, it's hard after all the years and the grey hair that you have a certain style of driving, and you know, a brilliant driver like SVG comes along and says, well, I think we can change that. And so I think, okay, and you listen, and it's fantastic. It really is. It's a resolve too. You want to do it, and I'm lucky to have him, and Shane's lucky to have him to talk to and so forth, and really look at what we do and how we drive the car and how we make it quicker, which is the whole idea, and also more consistent and smoother and things like that, which is a really, really good thing.
So we had a chat a couple of weeks ago, and you're at the Norwell Motorplex and you were doing some laps there. So you've taken on board that, plus what you've done today. How is it feeling?
It has its moments, because it's like telling someone to speak differently. In a sense, it's a little bit hard to get your head around it at first, because you've obviously got built-in traits, and it's no different to any sport or skiing or anything, where you have your muscle memory kicks in and your mind memory kicks in, and at that speed it certainly is. It is all about the muscle memory and the mind memory, but it also it makes you think even deeper and harder into what you're doing and how the car is working, and how the car actually feels better when you get it right, when it does change, and then you look at the lap times and they change too. But you analyse every corner. And then obviously you have speeds at the end of the straights and things like that. So it's not easy, especially after many years. But it's a rewarding situation. It really is.
So compared to last year, how's this year's build-up been? Much better?
Oh, I think we've had more time. Like for this time last year when we had the test day, now it was pouring, which I suppose it was a few days ago. But so we only had, I think I had 10 laps all in all, and I've already had 30 or 40 laps now. Still one more session to go, but a lot more work has gone in today than last year, I think. And having said that, the competition's a lot stronger too. So there's a lot of levels here we've got to look at, and I think today has really been a really good, satisfying day for all of us.
So you obviously enjoyed yourself?
Very much. Always enjoy myself too. Any day doing what we do and enjoying this, you can't beat it. It's the best. It is.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.